Hey guys, it's watercolor day again, and I am working on some quick little figure studies, silhouette studies that you'll want to practice so that you can add figures into your watercolors. It's a very simple notion and an idea, but it takes a lot of practice to kind of develop a nice hand to do it. The whole idea behind this silhouette and this process of painting figures is the idea of painting a carrot shape. And I've saw this on YouTube years ago. I think it was a guy who was doing the video called Bill Blast. He was a lot of fun. He was painting with oil paints, I think, or maybe acrylics. And this was a fun tutorial, and I've been showing it to my students up at the university for years, and it's really kind of upped their game in adding these little characters and this little dash of story to their watercolors. So let's get started, and I'll show you what the process is. So I have a nice small short little piece of paper here. These aren't going to be big. A lot of times when you're painting these figures, they're not going to be very big, especially if it's a big expensive landscape or cityscape. The figures aren't going to be that big, and that's why you can get away with working with the silhouette. It's just all about getting the shape and the attitude of the figures just right. But there are a lot of tutorials out there on this process. I've watched a bunch of them, and they're all pretty good. I've always enjoyed them. So it doesn't matter at this point with what we're going to do, what color. I still have some green colors on my palette from my tree tutorial. I have just recently completed that. So I'm just going to work with that color. And the idea, again, is to paint a carrot shape. So you essentially have the size of the top of the carrot, and then you just drag it down to whatever, and then you can add a head in there. And the tricky part is don't get your head too big. It's just that kind of a dot. Try to avoid attaching the head, and then you can worry about maybe the attitude of the other pose, the other leg, right? And maybe what's the arm doing in here. And that's just going to be real quick touches, and you're just suggesting all of that. So there's a character walking there, and we can even throw in, don't paint the feet, don't paint the hands, don't worry about that, and we'll just touch the shadow in there, depending upon the time of day, how long and where the shadow is. All right, and while it's wet, this is when you can start adding some things into it. I'm going to get some orange in there, and I'm just going to touch in some skin color in the shape right in there, right on here. He's got a short sleeve on. Do that, and let's say the shirt is blue. We'll throw a nice little blue into the shirt, and we'll just touch that right in there like that, and it starts to read almost immediately like a person. So just trust that and let it dry. Let me do another one. And actually this is a lot of fun in that you can do multiple things. You could even start out, now this can be a little tricky if we can get the heads in here just right. All right, so we'll come in here, we'll get one figure carrot wise, and then we'll get another figure, and try not to touch him. I think I got his head too big. Okay. And we'll get a couple more. And it looks like a group of people, right? So get that carrot going. Pull the shadow out. Maybe we can... I got like 4 people in there, so... All right, and then again, you just come in and drop in appendages, arms. What's happening here? Are they walking? All right, so try not to overwork it. That's the hard part too. It's not to do too much with it, and just let the shape, the silhouette of the figures do their things. All right, and we'll just start out. We'll do another one. We'll do the head first, me get I'm going to get a purple right here. All right, and I'm going to throw that in there. That's going to be the shirt. Get that carrot. It's all about that attitude of the pose. All right. All right, cool. And as it's wet, I'm going to come in, I'm going to get some Payne's Gray. I could even get some of that burnt umber. I'm going to get a nice contrasting color. All right, so it's very wet, and we can kind of come in and start finding shadows on the figure. Maybe the figure is being hit, you know, the backside of the, he might be wearing a backpack, right? Let me get a little more color here. I'm going to get some of that. There we go. I'm going to throw some of that on the back side here. So it looks like we're on the back side. We're watching this character run from the back. All right. So shadows, I'm going to pull the shadow this direction, out this way. Okay, so there's a figure. That's kind of fun. I think the head's too big, but I think with a little more practice. That one's drying nice. You're starting to, this one looks like we're looking at the front face of the chest right there. He's walking. All right, so this takes a lot of practice just to get the attitude and the poses just right. So practice this, get a lot of photo reference, and see if it works. Let's do another one. I'm going to just use this brown. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to get this guy here, get the head. All right, so I don't know. That one's not, I don't know. It's kind of working. Let's connect it. Throw a little of that green in there. Let's see what that does. There we go. Maybe he's got a tie on. We'll throw the tie in here. Uh-oh. That's all right. I like what's going. All right, cool. So, and then let's throw a shadow here. Which way is it going? It doesn't matter. I'm just going to throw the shadow out. There we go. Do these by the dozens until you really get a good sense of form and attitude and the direction of the poses. And you're really going to be able to suggest a lot with some really quick, simple, deft strokes in completing the figure. So, all right, so I did that quick little introduction to the painting figures using the whole idea that they're carrots, right? That's kind of the notion here. So I am going to actually use a reference. This is the reference. I'm going to try painting a couple of these people in this reference, and we'll see how that goes. All right. We got blue up there. All right, so I'm going to just take my time, and we're just going to try to get that shape just right. Okay. All right, and then let me get some blue. All right, and we're going to get that guy's shape. Nope. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to pull out that shadow. All right, now while that's dry, I can go in and really start popping in some of the darker areas. Yeah. Just letting those colors kind of meld. And I want to get the back side of his head right up there. Just going to feather that stuff out a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so this is where you really have to, fight all your urges that you want to for painting in lots of detail, and you really need to work to resist those urges because it'll look better the less you do. I'm gonna feather that right there a little bit. Yeah, all right. So there's that guy, and if necessary, you could always come in and do a little subtractive process to it. You'd come right in and just remove some of that pigment right up there. I shouldn't have connected the head to the shoulders right there. Okay. There we go. We just created a little bit of a collar right there. Just by adding some white into it. All right. So there you go. You got one quick little figure there. Okay. So get this guy again. Let's get some. I want to get some burnt sienna and some orange. We'll mix up color right here. All right. It's all about getting those shapes right. So let's see if we can do it. Starting with that head. All right. Okay. And then we have kind of a grayish blue. I'm going to keep it very thin. All right. So try to catch right back here. Try not to attach. All right, if we can get the shapes just right. All right, so you essentially have this shape here, and it's going to come down right through the body, right down to his hips, and then it's going to come out and down. So there's the carrot shape right there. All right, and then we're going to catch this other leg and bend it back around like that, and we'll catch this arm, bend it around, and then if we can get that coat right there. All right, so we have the shape, and now I'm going to drag out the shadow a little bit. Again. All right, so there's the thing happening. I'm going to just lift that puddle out of there. All right, and now I'm going to grab and get some contrast in here. All right, here we go. Should be still fairly wet. You should be able to do this. Okay. And just painting shapes. Okay, and I can tell this is some of that Canson paper because it's drying very quick. So I'm just going to soften that up a little bit. Right along there. All right, we're going to catch some of those creases on the arm right up here. All right, and maybe right up on the back side of the back. There we go. And there's actually a nice shadow on the back side of his coat, and then we're going to throw in some of those shapes. There we go. And lastly, I'm going to come in, I'm going to add some really dark contrast on the back of his head, in theory. All right, there we go. And we'll pull that right around onto the back side right there. All right, so there we go. That one turned out pretty good. I'm just going to touch a little bit of the heel right there. Maybe just a suggestion right there, that foot. And we've captured that pose. We've captured that pose. There we go. All right, so give this a try. Practice, warm up first. You can see the difference right there. That one's very loose and wet, all sorts of hot mess. It's dry enough now that I could actually maybe come in and do a little more work on the back side of the head. Maybe a little more separation, a little more detail right in here like that. There we go. So, all right, give that a try. See if it works. Practice it. Like I said, do a few hundred of these until you really start dreaming about them. And you can do these in your sleep. So if you got any value out of this quick little tutorial, give me a like and a subscribe. Go out to Patreon. Help support this channel if you can. And I have free resources on my website. Links are in the description. Get over there and download some Loomis PDFs and a Bookvic watercolor PDF. So have fun with that. Enjoy the reading and your practice, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.